my name is Grace, also known as Gma, and welcome to my apartment hunting while I do my skincare. So this January of 2026, I actually went on an apartment search in OC or LA County, and so this was actually my first time, and so I actually wanted to share what those listings look like, but I wanted to make it a little unique, and I actually wanted to do my skincare while I talk to you guys like I'm on FaceTime. First, I'm going to start off with my Tear Milk Toner. This is just a replenishing and refreshing prep for my skin when I start, but first I'm actually going to hydrate. I forgot. I feel like this year I've been doing a lot of more like feminine things or just things that are true to myself. I did my nails for the first time and the retention has definitely improved. I got a drill, I got new glue, and so it lasted me all through my trip, which I'll do more of a vlog. I actually just came back from Catalina, which was super fun, but without further ado, I'm gonna do my skincare, but also start with the first listing. So this listing was actually in Fullerton. I actually saw it through a website and it was fairly new. They actually just remodeled it, and it was kind of funny because there were 10 people at this listing and it just kind of trickled in line by line. I was like, oh hey, are you here for the listing? Like, oh hey, are you here for the listing? Which is really funny. But yeah, it was really new. They just remodeled the floor, they remodeled the kitchen, which was really cool. It was pretty small. I wanted an open space just because I'm very spacious. I love lighting and everything, and it was okay. Like, this was the first listing that I saw. I wanted to kind of gauge whether I liked it or not, and it was very, very competitive, very, very fast paced. Like, everyone was wanting this apartment and they were like, hey, who wants an application? Like, literally at the end of this like viewing, and I was like,
I just got here, like, what do you
mean? And they're like, oh, do you want the application? I was like, I guess. And I moved in with my boyfriend, and obviously, like, this is the first one. I didn't want to just say yes to the first one, and so I kind of just put a pin in it. Next, I'm going with this Anua. I think it's a niacinamide. I don't know what that is. It's just a serum. I'm definitely trying to do more brightening with my my routine, and so I'm trying to do that more. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna be talking about my second listing, which was in Bellflower. And so Bellflower is kind of like at the peak of LA and OC County, which is kind of ideal. I wanted a little the best of both, and this one was okay. It was not as high of quality, I would say. I wanted something a little more clean and new, and this one kind of smelled in the neighborhood, and it was kind of dark when I went just because it was nighttime. But yeah, I mean, the flooring was okay, the room was okay. It didn't have a fridge, which I didn't really like. I was looking for a fridge, and it just looked like I wouldn't feel safe walking at night. Girls, you know, if you know. And so I just kind of just got feeling, you know, as this was my second listing, I just already had an idea, like, I don't think that this is my home. It did have an open living room, like, I will just say that, but yeah, I could just tell that I wouldn't be happy here, and so I just knew that this was a no. Next, I'm going with another serum. This is the Toradin. It's really good for the morning time, and so obviously it's daytime. I'm actually working from home, so it's not too late, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this serum and then talk about my listing number 3, which was in Long Beach. And so if you know anything about Long Beach is great. It's the coast, it's super city, super suburban, and I actually went to Cal State Long Beach, so not too far, very beachy, very homey. However, there are more apartments than homes, and with apartments, multiple people can live in one unit, right? And that means that there is no parking is being established with these new apartments. So if you are a local in Long Beach, you already know you need a parking spot. And with this location, it was okay. Like, I could just tell the couple that was owning this home, they made it, and it was really sweet. Like, it sounded like they were convincing me, because like, this price is so great, like, you're not gonna find this anywhere. And I was just like, okay, yeah, like, bro, I'm just looking, I don't know. But I would just say, like, obviously Long Beach is such a great city. Like, that was actually where I wanted to move in the first place. But the parking is like 30-40 minutes if you're lucky. And again, just the quality of like the neighborhood, it's not so safe for a girl. And so, yeah, I think if I were to choose a city, like, Long Beach would definitely be my city. However, yeah, it was just like the parking. And don't get me wrong, the lighting was great, the bedroom was okay, bathroom was okay. But yeah, it's just not everything was aligned. The kitchen was pretty small too, from what I remember. And so, yeah, that was okay. So I think that one I was kind of iffy about, and I wasn't really jumping at the chance to grab. And so, yeah, that was like basically it. Next, I'm going with the Centella sunscreen. I actually just bought her, and she's been pretty cute. She does have a little white cast. I usually use the Beauty of Chosun sunscreen, which is a really good moisturizing one, but I heard good things about this one, and I actually really like the applicator. I feel like it gets the most out of the sunscreen. But now we're gonna go to our fourth listing, which was also in Long Beach. And again, no parking, which was a really big non-negotiable when it came to me and my boyfriend. He like comes home from work late at night, and like that's like probably after 7, and that's like kind of the peak of when it's so difficult when it comes to finding parking. And again, it was also really competitive. There was like 5 people there, and one girl was there without an appointment, which was also kind of sketchy. But yeah, it was just very fast paced. Like, a lot of the people who were there were just like come and go, and it really opened my eyes of how competitive the like apartment search is. And so I really liked the space, like the living room. The kitchen was small, there wasn't great lighting, and it was right in front of a park, in front of a school, which was really cool. But again, like, there was no parking space given, and so that was also a non-negotiable. And I think also I didn't realize when it comes to apartment search, like, I think closet space was really important for me, and they just didn't have a lot. And especially since I was living with another person, like, that was going to be really difficult to share, and so there's only so much you can hide. And so that was something I definitely had a lot of kind of eye-opening situations, as well as like laundry. Like, is it going to be realistic to go drive for laundry and come back and my spot is gone? Like, just longevity, sustainability, like, will this make me happy to live here? And so these are just things that kind of come natural when you are looking for a place to live. And so that's kind of what kind of narrative that I was kind of coming to terms with when I was looking for my apartment. Okay, next I'm going with the Dr. Althea 345 cream. I heard a lot of good things about this. Actually, I don't have a lot of scarring. I used to during COVID, but for this I actually use across my body, because I do have some scarring from just like overall stretch marks, or just things that I tend to get insecure about. And so I just rub it along where I find my stretch marks. So that's most likely my legs, my arms, or anywhere else where I see the need. Since I just don't, again, like I said, I don't have that much scarring. And now we are going to talk about my dream apartment, which, again, that is just the reality of apartment searching. Anything that you are looking for or we want in life, like, you're probably going to have to sacrifice something. But when I saw this apartment, I knew, I was like, there's nothing else that aligned as much as this one, and I just love the lighting. Like there was barely like anyone in the parking lot, and it was open space and really great lighting, really great spaces. It felt like the floors were new. Neighborhood, I felt safe, you know, and it was very close to all the things that I am near. I won't say the city, but I'll just say that I'm on the border of OC and LA, and it was just like honestly so perfect. Like I saw the other listings, and like I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel like I had a good feeling, and this one I definitely like had a good feeling. And so yeah, honestly everything aligned. I will just say that there wasn't like, obviously there was no laundry in unit, which kind of sucked. There was no dishwasher, which kind of sucked, but that wasn't something that was like, you know, you saw the other listings, and I feel like this one really aligned with what I was looking for, and just in terms of just like overall vision, like I could see myself living here. And so yeah, that's kind of like what I was looking for, and it was honestly so perfect. I genuinely like, if you really work hard, I found it within like 2 weeks, and that is not a long time. Like girl, I worked hard. When I set my mind to something, like I'm gonna look, and so that was kind of, yeah, the span of like 1 to 2 weeks. I will actually come out with a video where I will kind of share certain tips that I have, or just my overall, like what I learned over the course of the couple weeks to month that I was looking for a place. But I'm actually going to finish it off with the Ole Hendrickson Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. It lasts long. You just put it once and she does not go anywhere. I actually use her as a gloss as well when I go out. But yeah, I just like to top her off like once or twice a day. Let's see. Yeah, she's shiny and I love her. But all in all is, yeah, obviously I'm in my new home and I love her so much. Like, you don't know how long I've been working for this moment in this life. I just sneeze. But I will just say that of course it's not perfect. It's not the one. Like I actually plan on moving out after this whole listing will end. Just because again, I wanted it to align with me and my boyfriend, but he thinks that he kind of wants to move around, and so we'll kind of just engage to see which one will work for the both of us. But so far I love her. I never have to struggle with parking. I get really good lighting in here. I feel safe. Like there's nothing deeply wrong with this place. But yeah, no, I'm gonna give a whole tour when she's ready and where I feel secure. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed. If you had any questions or even what sites I use, like maybe I could do that in the next video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll list everything that I used today in my storefront. But thanks for watching.